Hello and welcome to Animal Watch, and today I'm meeting honeybees in South Africa.
Bees. Many people fear them. When we hear the buzz in our ear, or when we read horror stories of people dying from thousands of stings, it sends shivers down our spines. And then there are killer bees, a hybridization of African and European bees that accidentally escaped quarantine in 1957 and have gradually been colonizing both South and North America. Africanized bees are typically much more defensive than other varieties of honeybee and react to disturbances faster than European honeybees. They can chase a person a quarter of a mile and have killed some 1,000 humans, with victims receiving 10 times more stings than from European honeybees. Today I'm meeting some wild African bees known as the Cape honeybee. They are being cared for at the award-winning private nature reserve Grootbos in Hansby, South Africa, in order to help pollinate the 2,500 hectares of Fynbos and flowers that Grootbos has lovingly and carefully restored, creating much-needed wildlife corridors and a way to encourage locally extinct animals to return. I am a little nervous as these are wild African bees and are much more easily agitated than the tame honeybees of the UK, which have been specially bred to be tamer and more docile.
Hello Johan, how are you doing?
Hi Anneka, nice to meet you.
Well, I'm here to meet your bees and I'm really excited and slightly nervous.
Well, don't worry, you've come at the right time. It's winter now and we've had nice rain, so there's a lot of flowers and the bees are really busy. But first we should get kitted out just to make sure that you are safe.
Yes, I certainly do want to be safe. The last thing I want is a little bee crawling up inside my clothing. So yes, I think that's a good idea. Where do we go?
Yes, follow me.
Okay, great.
Here's your suit and some gumboots.
Okay, right. So what is this, made of cotton?
This is a denim material. It's nice and thick.
Okay, and what, that stops the stingers going through?
Yes, we'll always have a double layer. So over this we'll put a veil as well, and then gloves.
And that goes over my face to stop the
As long as everything is covered, the bees won't force their way through anything. They're not very powerful, but they're just persistent. So
yeah, persistent. I love that. Thanks for telling me that. Great, great. All right, I'll pop this on and then we'll go and meet the bees.
Okay.
I started to put the thick white cotton suit on only to be reminded not to leave any skin free, as the bees will fixate on any visible flesh and sting like crazy, using pheromones to call others to join in the attack.
Okay, so this is what you're going to use to smoke the bees?
Yes, any type of smoke, as long as it's natural, not oily rags or plastic, that will irritate the bees.
Yeah, so all this is an egg carton.
Yes.
Oh, pretty simple. What is it that actually makes them calm down then with the smoke?
The bees will think there's a fire, so they'll think the felt's on fire, and they will prepare to leave the nest. And what they do then is they will eat lots of honey, either to build up energy. Once they actually full, then they will become tired and lethargic. Yes.
So really just the smoke is just, they're not focusing on us anymore. It's like, there's a fire, we're going to eat loads of food and forget that we're there ideally.
Yes, yeah, they're preparing to leave the nest, and then they will actually become more lethargic and less likely to fly out.
Okay, all right.
And then also it's just to mask our scent as well.
Okay.
Because once they start stinging, they secrete a pheromone. It's like an attack pheromone, and that will make them more aggressive. So anything that can help to mask the smell of the pheromone.
Finally, we were ready and started the walk down to the hives. I had no idea what to expect. Would I be covered in thousands of angry bees, and would they manage to find a chink in my suit? As we approached their home, I felt the bees leave their hive and start to swarm. The smoke was used to calm them, but still hundreds started to buzz all around us.
How long do we normally have to wait for?
10 minutes to do it.
10 minutes?
Yes.
And by that time they'll have been eating the honey that you were talking about and feeling a little bit more drowsy.
Honey. Yes, we'll be able to see that nicely when we open when we take the lid off.
Then the hive was opened. The bees became more and more frantic. I could feel them buzzing all around my face and also landing on my suit.
They're quite small bees, aren't they, actually?
Yes, it's the Cape honeybee.
Yes.
Apis mellifera capensis. It's indigenous to the Cape Fynbos. It's well adapted to these areas.
And what sort of flowers do they like to pollinate here?
Typical to the Fynbos, lots of erica, protea, flowers like that, buchus, chrysanth, all types of daisy-like flowers.
Yeah.
Really a big variety of flowers in the Fynbos.
And the erica is in bloom right now, isn't it? And of course the erica can only be found in this one area. That's correct, isn't it?
The Grootbos Erica irregularis, is only found here. It grows on the farm and 1 or 2 surrounding farms. Yes, there's hundreds of different species, but this one is only found on Grootbos.
In the whole world?
In the whole world, yes.
I can feel them buzzing around my hat. It's quite amazing. They really are, even though they're supposed to be calm, they still feel quite buzzy to me.
No, they're totally relaxed.
Ah, so what you got? You got some little cockroaches scuttling around in there.
There's all types of wildlife.
Yeah.
It's nice and warm inside there because the bees keep the hive at a certain temperature.
Yeah.
So you find all types of animals in here.
All right, so a little bit more smoke there.
Just to taste the cockroaches away.
Uh-huh.
And then we puff a bit of smoke inside here just to convince them to go down and not come flying out at us.
Yeah, that would be a good idea, I think.
We could see the bees eating the honey as we opened the lid, which was really fascinating.
Do you know, I had no idea that's what they did with the smoke. It's fascinating. So how many bees do you think are in this hive?
Probably 20,000.
20,000?
Yes.
And of course bees, don't they? They swarm every now and then to go and make fresh hives. So
yes.
How often would this hive break up and swarm?
The idea is to prevent them from swarming by always making sure they have enough space. So taking off a super when it's full, also putting in new frames in the brood box now and again, just to freshen up the whole setup.
Okay, so when bees swarm, it's because they've run out of room.
When the queen gets old, the worker bees will kick her out. They will stop feeding her, so she loses some weight, and then she will leave with half the swarm, and she will start a new colony somewhere. So that's one reason for swarming. There's various reasons why they might want to swarm. Of course, the obvious one being overcrowding.
Yeah.
But that we try to prevent by taking off the honey and then putting a clean super on top, which will give them extra space again.
Okay, so I'm holding a frame which I'm told has got about 1,000 bees on, and it's amazing because they're all eating the honey right now because of the smoke, and it's really quite incredible that the smoke has put them into this state which has made me able to actually hold bees, which in another situation wouldn't be very happy and would be probably stinging me right now, thinking I'm some massive predator. So it's absolutely incredible to see. So are we going to try and open this up now and get some honey out?
Yes, we have to see if there's any honey in here. I'm going to lift out a frame.
They love eating it all, won't they?
But first we have to just convince them to go down a bit.
Finally, a tray was removed for honey collection. The bees went crazy at this point and thousands of black buzzing bodies filled the air. Thank goodness for our suits.
Oh my God!
So you can see we've got a nice amount of honey covered and capped.
Oh yes.
So we know it's ready.
So this is ready to extract, is it?
Yes.
Yeah.
we can take this super to the extraction room.
Bees covering me right now. I'm actually completely immersed in a bee swarm. I don't feel scared because I'm hoping this will protect me, but it's unbelievable. The sound, there's absolutely thousands and thousands of bees all over us right now. Unbelievable. Holy moly. I can feel them hitting my gloves. So I know they're actually trying to sting me through the gloves right now.
I was told that the bees would follow us all the way to the honey collection room, but reassured that the bees would all go home again afterwards when they saw that their efforts were fruitless.
Okay, Anneka, we've got a full superb honey here, so we can go back and extract it.
All right, and so what's going to happen to the bees because they're attached? Are they going to sort of come off it and then go fly back to the hive?
They will fly back to the hive.
I felt sad for the bees, but reminded myself that it is really important to encourage beekeeping for conservation. Bees are on the decline due to pesticides and native wildflowers being destroyed. So the more bee colonies we can create, this will help the bees to survive and not become extinct.
Okay, this is Svenska. She's not scared of bees.
So she's not wearing a suit like us, which I think is phenomenal.
The bees have calmed down a bit now. Their priorities have changed. They want to go home now, or they want to eat honey. But Svenska will take the frames out, then she's going to uncap it, and then she's going to put it in the extractor and swing the honey out for us.
Oh, amazing. And you're doing this with just your bare hands. Oh my God. You are one brave lady, I've got to say. Woohoo!
I was astounded to see that the local volunteer was not wearing any protection like us and showed no fear as she collected the honey.
Up in the top corner of the window over there, we've got what's called a bee funnel. And basically what it is the corner of the glass has been cut off and some wire funneling the bees out. And it's just natural for bees to climb up glass, up and out in order to get out. And eventually, once they go through that funnel, it means that they're not going to be able to get back in again. And it's a way of getting the bees safely out of this room and back to the hive.
The honey was scraped off and spun until it poured out from the tap and was ready for putting into pots to be sold and used sustainably at Grootbos.
So here I am standing amongst the Fynbos flowers, and this is the Erica that we spoke about in the episode with the bees, which is the flower which only comes into bloom in the Grootbos Wildlife Reserve. So this is the correct time of year to see it. It is now June and it's flowering everywhere around here. And here I have a final pot of the Fynbos honey collected from the bees that I met today. What an exciting episode that was. I'm so glad I didn't get stung. It was totally invigorating to be surrounded by bees, and just remember to look after bees. Bees are so important to flowers. We should encourage them to thrive all over the world. Bees are being lost all over the planet, so we need to do everything we possibly can to encourage them. And I can't wait to try this later on. If you enjoyed this episode of Animal Watch, then please give me a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel by clicking the button in the bottom hand corner. And I will be joining you every single week with another episode on wildlife, animal rescue, conservation, dogs, wildlife, pretty much anything. Bye for now.
If you would like to find out more about how you too can visit the award-winning nature reserve Grootbos and take part in their sustainable wildlife conservation and ecotourism, then please visit www.grootbos.com.